Today is a car washing day. I'm sorry to you guys who live up north. It's 68, not a cloud in the sky. Got shorts, t-shirt, I'll probably be sweating. So sorry to the rest of you in the colder areas of the world. I'm going to be out here washing my car. And I realized that I don't think I've ever done I've done a photo vlog of my car washing procedure. But I haven't done I don't think I've done a whole video. I've done videos with the full detail, but I'm going to do the wheels and wash the paint and do the whole thing. Yes, sir?
Just start it and then while you're riding up the hill.
Just start what?
On the ATV and then while you're riding up the hill. Can you do that? I
can do that. What are you guys gonna do though? You ride ATVs?
Yeah.
You will do? Mommy?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby's taking a nap. It's a perfect time.
Okay. Pressure washer. I think you guys have seen me do this before. Here's my camera. Key here is interconnects, quick connects. Without quick connects, this would be a pain in the rear. Another thing I don't think I've ever mentioned before is that you really need a dedicated 20 amp. Even though this runs on 15, if you have anything else hooked up to that same circuit, it'll pop the circuit. Luckily for me, the lady who built this house put a dedicated 20 amp for a refrigerator right in the garage, so I didn't even have to mess with it. So there's the wand. There's the Ely Corp. Quick connect. The hose. It's just a little too bulky. These are the I forget what company, what are they called? Gilmore. These are the Gilmore quick connects. The Ely ones are just a little too heavy duty for this to put on the pressure washer, or like the connection on the pressure washer is just too big. So connect here, turn the water on. Power. Done. So here's what we got. Rio's wheel cleaner. Simple. I mean, I have all the fancy stuff, Sonax, 1Z, Einzet, Color Tech, but with carbon ceramics, you can see it's been 2 weeks since I washed the car, and this is not brake dust, it's just dirt. A lot of it from the Want to Go Fast event that I did. What I've been doing lately is sort of a combination of I'll clean the wheels, do a good cleaning with some wheel cleaner, and then use. I really like Griot's rubber cleaner. I mean, I've used all the different all-purpose cleaners for the tires, but I like the Griot stuff for this application. I don't need anything crazy. Any wheel cleaner will work with carbon ceramics because there really isn't anything on the wheels, other than just normal dirt and dust, things like that. So what I'll do is, I've changed my procedure a little bit, is I'll just clean the wheels real quickly using various brushes. I'll show you here in a second. And then the next wash, what I'll do is just foam the wheels and just wipe them off real quickly. So sort of every other wash, I'll do a full cleaning and then do just a quick cleaning. Whereas obviously with steel brakes, you have to be a little bit more. You have to do a little bit more work. So first I'm going to pressure wash it off, blow most of it off, and then we'll get this thing cleaned up. hose. I know some people like to use a bucket, soap in it. I just like to use the hose and hold on to it and kind of spray as needed. Got this. Zoom out a little bit. Got this E-recoil. I like this pistol grip because I can, while I'm washing with one hand, my right hand or left hand, I can simply use the trigger to turn it off and on. I guess the same thing could be with a squeeze pistol grip. It's just that this thing is much heavier duty than there's a Dram, which I got from Adams, Dram shut-off valve, and then another Gilmore quick release on the Goodyear hose. So I can just sit here and get my lambskin mitt wet. This is a Griot's. I love these. I have 3 of them and I just cycle them through. I wash them with the rest of the stuff. So these from Griot's. I've tried the ones from Auto Geek, and they turn your hands black and they don't last nearly as long. This one's brand new, as you can see. There's a little bit of extra stuff coming off of it. But I would highly recommend you pick up. I usually buy them 2 or 3 at a time. They'll usually last me. You know, those 3 will probably last me about 6 months, and then I'll cycle them out, get some new ones. So again, the wheel cleaner is more of a lubricant than anything. Got an easy detail brush. It's harder. I have all the wheel woolies and all that stuff, but it's harder with these brakes because they're like 16 or 17 something inch rotors. So it's harder to get in behind in the back side of the wheel because the rotors are so big. So the wheel woolly stuff, I mean, the really thin one will work, but the handle's really short. I almost wish they'd made a really thin one. I should probably write them a letter or something. Really like a long handle. So for us big brake guys that don't have enough space, get the wheel woolly in. Because I feel a little more comfortable with the wheel woolies than I do with this easy detail. This one still fits behind the calipers. You know, 90% of the area. Just gonna spray off as needed. And then the big one underneath the. If you do this every time, you keep it clean, then it doesn't really take much effort to clean it. So do the inside of the barrels, work on the spokes on the outside, and just again, carbon ceramics make this so much easier. I always clean the back side too, makes me feel better. We're always driving through my neighborhood trying to figure out what this place is. There's no gate out front. I almost wish there was. These GT3 wheels have a chipping problem. I wonder if Porsche's going to address that at some point. I mean, I've got 2,500 miles on my car and probably 15 chips on my wheels. Something with the finish. So that's the extent of cleaning the wheel. I know I've done these videos before of all these different procedures, but I don't think I've done it all at once. Maybe I have, and maybe someone can remind me, but I figure I'm going to be cleaning it, so why not get the camera out and talk to you people. So spray a little rubber cleaner. If my tires were super dirty, I'd probably let it sit, but they're really not. This is these things are awesome for lowered cars because you always run into a problem with a bigger brush. I don't like the boar's hair brushes. I try to avoid smacking the wheel. I've never had a problem scratching the wheel. These are called, what are these called? Tires something. If you go to Auto Geek and you look at the different tire brushes, you'll see they're $5. I'll buy, same thing with the Griot's lambskin, I'll buy 2 or 3 of them at a time, and shoot, this thing, I've had this one for 6 or 8 months. I just always have this fear that someone's gonna stop making what I like. But then I always find something new and end up throwing it away. I should probably be a little smarter about this. So wheel well, tire, nice and clean. Probably miss some spots. I'm sure someone will point that out to me. But I usually wipe it off after I'm done anyway. So let's go to the rear and work on that. Change the camera angle for you. Notice with the pressure washer, I'll try to sit on the side here so you can see what I'm doing. I can't do that. The pressure washer, I've gotten a lot of questions that people will say, well, aren't you nervous using the pressure washer? Well, I mean, first of all, I have the pressure washer set to the lowest setting. There's another person driving to the neighborhood. The pressure washer set at the lowest setting, pressure-wise, PSI-wise, I don't even know what that is. I just know I have the dial turned all the way down. You can use the bigger brush for the bigger rear. Reach all the way back there. And then you just have to be careful. I mean, you don't, I'm sure if you had a direct stream right on the paint, you'd mess something up. But just be smart with it and make sure you hold it away at an angle or at a 18 to 24 inch distance and you'll be fine. If you got super close, you can blow right through the paint. But just use your brain and you should be okay. A little leftover wheel cleaner to get the wheel wells. Griot's lambskin, the outsides, the back, and just wipe off the area that holds the rotor in place, and then I just try to get all the areas knocked out. As I was saying before, I ordered a wireless lav mic, so you guys have convinced me to keep making these videos. Once I get one, I'll probably run out of ideas, so you'll be seeing the same thing over and over and over again. Wheels done, wheel wells done. You can also wipe the caliper off. Sometimes I get in there with I have a lug nut brush for the M3 and kind of get in there and clean off all the areas, but they stay so clean with the carbon ceramics that you don't have to do it every time. More people. We live like in the middle of nowhere. It's hard. Many people see the lake. There's another one. And they like to come back here and just see what they're doing. I don't know if you imagine what they're thinking when they're in the middle of nowhere. And they see some goofball with a GT3 in the middle of a lower middle class area. Probably doesn't. Start to think, wonder what the heck's going on here. So then I usually kind of, just as I work around the car, just knock out the exhaust tips. A little harder to see, it's a little darker here. Add some ISO. Slow the speed down a little bit. Okay, you can see that. So now, pressure washer. You rarely use anything you want on the exhaust tips. See how much oil I'm burning. Oh yeah. Blowing through some oil, I guess. Doesn't seem like it though. You just kind of work around it. There's no real science to this. The beauty of having black, matte black tips. It's kind of hard to screw them up. You can't see all the junk on the. You know, on my M3, I usually climb up under there and clean off the canister, but there's nothing pretty on the GT3, so I'll just leave it as is. A little dirt. It is nice on the GT3 that we have this sort of black area, because my Carrera S used to get marks, and I was always having to redo the rear bumper because it was getting all black, nasty. Alright, let's work on the other wheels. Try to get some different angles for you guys so you can see the same thing 4 different ways. I know this gets a little redundant, but I try to make videos. Well, you know, obviously I haven't thought through what I'm going to say as I'm stumbling and bumbling through this. I try to make videos the way I would want to see them. Well, there's other geeks out there like me that maybe you're not as old as me or haven't spent as much time researching as I have. So if I can save you a few bucks for a few trips to the Grio's Garage cart, or the Auto Geek cart, or the Detailer's Domain cart, I can't tell you how much money I've wasted on just drying stuff out, buying and trying. If I can save you some of that, be happy to. It doesn't take me much longer to set the camera up, and I'm pretty efficient at, as you can tell from the videos, I don't do a whole heck of a lot of editing. I just talk and put it together and upload it. So it doesn't take that much time. I got my center lock tool, or my big torque wrench. The car comes with the center lock socket or nut or whatever you call it. I got a wheel guide yesterday. One of awesome forum members, Renlist, made a wheel guide for us all. Rather than, you know, I almost bought one about 6 times. It's hard to pull the trigger and spend $450 on a hunk of metal just to help guide the wheel off. So I was thinking about just roughing it and taking the wheels off without it, but so I got my torque wrench this week. I got the wheel guide, center lock wheel guide, and then ready to take the wheels off and opti-coat them. Just makes me feel better, and I know a lot of people have, maybe not a lot, but a few people have asked me to do a wheel detailing video. It really isn't all that hard, especially with these satin wheels. I don't polish them. I don't know if polishing them would be something you want to do anyway. But I did notice my black M3 wheels are all scratched up. It kind of disappoints me, but I think I'm, for now, sticking with the stock. But I think I'm going to get some HRE R101s, whatever they're called. I'd like to get them for this car, but they only make them in 19s, and I don't want to go down a size. I like the way the 20s look. Wheel number 3. So we'll do wheel number 4. Okay, there's the last wheel. So we're what? I don't know. Setup and everything, maybe 15 minutes in. Sometimes I get tired of doing wheels. That's why I'm so glad to have the carbon ceramics, because those days that I really don't feel like washing the car, but it still would feel better if I did it. I really like the fact that I can either do a full cleaning on them, and even when I do a full cleaning it doesn't take very long, or I can just do a quick foam them, wipe them off. But I always do the wheels first, with the exception of when I'm just foaming them, I just hit them last. The other little thing I do is I usually hit the front bumper with some water. I usually do that right at the beginning. I feel like it helps soften up the bugs. One thing we have in Florida, we don't have snow, we got bugs, lots of them. No matter what time of year, it seems like there's always a different kind of bug you gotta deal with. So I normally just spray off the front bumper when I get started. And I just feel like they come off a little easier. Plus the Auto Finesse Desire Wax that I have on the car does a good job at making me not have to work to get the bugs off. You know, detailing 101 is don't beat the crap out of your paint when you're washing it. Get it clean, get the dirt off, and then you can wipe the bugs. If they don't come off with the sponge, they can come up. You can get them off with a towel and some detail spray. After the fact. Wheel wells. Blocking the view there. I think I forgot to clean the faces of the other ones, but pretty clean. Alright, wheels done. Baby girl's up. Go get her. procedure video number 8. I think I've done this video a bunch of times. Wheels are clean. On to step 2. You'll get baby girl. Okay. I brought Miss Baby Kate. Smile for the camera. Smile. Smile. Smile for my friends. No smiles? Baby Kate, for all you guys who have your wives, show your wives this crazy guy in Florida. I do have kids. I do play with them. In between car washes. I'm just super efficient in life. I'm pretty focused. I've only got a couple of things that I work on. Cars, garage, home theater, and babies. Right, baby Kate? She just woke up from her nap and mommy's out on the ATVs with my son. So, it's me, Miss Baby, and you guys. So, now we need to wash the car, foam the car. I already have some solution made, but this is the Mtm Foam Cannon, which if you guys watch my videos, you've seen me use this before. So what I have in there is just water, mixture of water, and Adam's car shampoo. So I usually put, I don't know, 2 or 3 ounces in there. I should take out a stock in Adam's car shampoo. I use tons of it. But I probably go through a gallon of car shampoo, I don't know, every couple of months, 2-3 months. It's not that bad. I mean, it gets expensive, 30-40 bucks, but I like the smell of it. There's other shampoos that maybe foam up a little bit more, create some more bubbles, but I just like the shampoo. I think Adam's really taken care and choosing the right pH balance, and I really like how it works. So get the buckets out. Not hit the subwoofer. So got the grit guard buckets. You can get these from, I got these from Detailer's Domain. You can get them from Adams. You can get them from Home Depot. We can get them from Auto Geek. What you really need, I guess, is this insert, the grit guard insert, which sits in the bottom of the bucket. Make sure that you don't touch the bottom of it. So what I'll do is grab my Adams, whatever you call this thing, sponge. I don't like mitts, I like sponges. My Adams sponge, it's a trick I learned from Adams. Put some soap on the sponge. I don't know, what is it, an ounce or so? Cleans the sud better. Throw the sponge in one of the buckets. And then what I'm going to do now, I'll pressure wash the car. Put this up so you can see what I'm talking about. I will pressure wash the car. And I'm not even really technically pressure washing. I'm blowing it off with the pressure washer, letting it with pressure washer, and then I'll foam the car, and then we'll wash it. The other thing I'm going to do today, which may not be so popular, I'm taking the badges off. I've made it this long, 4 or 5 months, October, November, December, January. So I made it 4 months and some days with the badges on, but I'm just not a badges kind of guy. I like it smooth, clean, neat. I just wanted to see if I could just leave the GT3 on there. You like the GT3 on there, Julian? You like the GT3? You like the GT3 or no? No? She doesn't get to ride in the GT3 yet. Baby brother does. Baby brother Ryan's 4, so this is Miss Kate. Yeah, so let me spray off the car. I'm gonna get Miss Kate's seat. We'll spray off the car and then foam it, which is always my favorite part. Detailing assistant's ready. Are you ready? Ready for this? Ready? Are you ready? You gonna do some detailing? You're just gonna sit here and watch and drool. Can you give some smiles? Alright, I guess it's time to take my goofy wannabe racing sticker off. Now that I'm washing the car. My excuse was that it was gonna leave a residue, but I guess that's not the case. Well, it was cool for a couple days. Felt like a real deal racer. Because I drove straight for half a mile. I'll try to get a few angles of this, but you get the idea. I know this is boring. You probably fast forward through this part. But I told you I'd take you from start to finish. Again, don't be stupid about it. I've got to start getting in shape for the summer so I can start doing some shirtless car washing videos for you people. Little whiteout videos for you. Every year I always get in great shape right around this time of year, and then I get chubby in the summer. Well, this year I decided, well, if I'm going to get chubby, I might as well do it in the winter. Front, let's move the camera for you. It's kind of hard because the sun is coming in now. Pretty harsh. I think that looks good. Kind of hard to see the focus. Take a couple stops. I think you can see that. This must be a Sunday check it out, check out Matt Mormon's community day or something. My car never really gets super dirty, so in the summer it probably will with more bugs and more rain, but I don't intend to drive this in the rain all that much unless I just get stuck. That's what the M3 is, my practical family hauler. So this car is reserved for nice days. Get the foam on the car. Alright, so I always put the foam on the car, then I fill up the bucket. Alright, the rinse bucket's filled. I'll show you the really exciting way I fill up the other bucket. That's it. Son loves the bubbles. Right, Rye? Talk to my friends on the camera. You always ask that. When are you going to learn? So the car's been foamed. Most of the foam's run off, which is what you really want. Someone gave me a tip for that. I wasn't big on it. Put foam on the car and try to push the foam around. But really, the smart thing to do here is to get the foam off the car, let it run. That way it loosens up all the junk. Alright, let's move the camera. So that nobody yells at me, I'll be sure to go top.
No! They're not answering though.
I'll go top down.
Come on.
I won't let the sponge hit the ground. It's going to be perfect this time. I've gotten yelled at for letting the sponge hit the ground, supposedly. So I'm pretty sure I didn't do that. Maybe I did. Lots of bubbles, right, Rye? We need lots of bubbles on the car. There's no reason to press super hard. Just, especially if your paint's clean, then anything on it, and if it's treated with some good wax or good sealant, good coating, it should come out. Same thing with the windows. Not really applying any pressure, just dragging the sponge. Sometimes I just kind of use my finger, follow up with my hand, and usually wipe the bugs off and pick them off. Watch out, bro. Watch your shoes. One side, other side. Actually, washing the car takes the least amount of time. The biggest project is the wheels, getting all the stuff out. Wash the car, so the actual act of washing it takes 3 minutes, 5 minutes. See, there was some bird crap on here, wiped right off. Piece of cake. So theoretically, the foam helps lift and drag off most of the stuff before you even touch the paint. So there's the front. Didn't hit the ground with the sponge. Didn't do the, I'm sorry, the pop one at the front. So in the front. Junk on the lights. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have done clear film. I felt the spot. Felt the chip on the light. No, I get it. I get you guys to do clear film. I don't like the look of it. I like the look of chips better than I like the look of chipped plastic on my car. I just don't. I mean, there's virtually zero chance I'm going to have this car for 100,000 miles. So when it really starts to get annoying and the car's all pitted and chipped, I'm not going to own it. I'm certainly not going to spend $3 grand to protect it for the other guy, and I have to look at some crappy plastic on my car for the next however many years, I guess. Technically 5 years since that's the contract I signed with my wife, but we'll see how that goes. When that magical GT3 RS spot shows up at my doorstep, for being such an awesome Porsche community supporter, I might be able to talk her into it. As long as I don't tell her the price. So, no, seriously though, I'm gonna have this car for a while. There's the box. Move the camera again. Looks like we're gonna get the thing washed in the shade. No problems. Alright, let's keep it rolling. The wing is actually the most sensitive spot for some reason. I already have some. It took a lot of work to get it dialed in for wet sanding marks. There's some swirl marks. There's actually a hologram on it, so it took a little work to get. You saw the ink correction video to get it dialed in, and I've already got the deck lid still looks good, but I've been purposely not trying to eyeball it too much. But I got some. I think some swirls from probably drying, I would guess. Just real sensitive, much more sensitive than the rest of the car. Maybe because I had to compound it so heavily. You need to be careful with the top of the wing on this car and the rear end of the engine lid. Even on the bottom, you'll have a tendency to want to just scrub the crap out of it, especially if you guys are up north, but you have to just do the right thing, take it easy. You can wipe the rest off with your detail spray if it's really nasty. It's just, because this will certainly get all the sand and stuff off, but if you have some tar or some bugs or some other junk, you just have to get it off afterwards. As I've mentioned to you guys before, I'm not super anal about trying to do everything perfectly. I just don't want to get swirl marks in my paint. The procedure that I put together, stealing it from other people over the years, seems to work. So, the idea of not ever touching the paint is just not an option for me. So, I'm stuck with it. Tools and products that I have access to. So that's how it's done.